Ladies and gentlemen, Billie Jean King and Tory Burch.
Yes! Come on! Let's go! I'll get them wound up before they leave. Come on! Yes! Yes! I got to bow, though. I got to bow to Tory.
God. I mean,
You're the reason we're here.
Oh, Billie, I'm sitting backstage, and Billie just said, looking at the match with Bobby Riggs, I'm glad I won.
I've actually imagined my life if I hadn't. I thought about it before. I thought about it before the match, actually. And
Okay, I'm
like,
really glad you won too, because things might have been different.
I don't know.
Okay, this year's French Open.
Oh, wow. It was unbelievable.
It was the 50th anniversary of your victory there, and it was incredible to see you present Nadal with the trophy. But I thought, and I'm sure he thought, that you were by far the most important person on that stage. And I want to know what that victory meant to you 50 years ago, and of course, what did it mean to you today?
Well, actually, if you go back to the old days, I didn't really get very concerned with my career. I got more concerned what we're going to do off the court with equality and all the things that really matter. And so this was a last-minute thought because the media kept giving me a bad time because I hadn't won the French. A lot of times I was at college or the USTA didn't let me play, so I didn't play that many years. So one year I go, okay, I'm going to win the French, just get it off my... So I did make an effort. I played an extra week. I went and practiced with Chris Evert. Do you know who Chris Evert is? I hope you do.
Yes.
Anyway.
I had a Chris Evert racket.
Oh,
do you
well,
remember
that was mine before hers.
Okay.
That's a whole other story, but we're not going to go there. So anyway, I went and hit with Chris for 3 days. She was still in high school, thank God. Because if she had gone to the French, I wouldn't have won it that year. But I was so happy I wanted to get it done. But I was thinking if I hadn't won it, this year would have been very different. I probably wouldn't have given the trophy out. I'm the first woman to ever give out the male trophy this year. They changed it. They had a male give it to the female.
It was very emotional. I have to say, watching was...
Well, Nadal won it 14 times.
Okay, but how many Grand Slams have you won?
Oh, I don't care about
I
those.
do. We all do.
You mean double, singles, and mixed?
Okay, exactly.
39.
Okay.
It's not that many.
I am going to go a bit off script because I just have to say I'm in awe of Billie.
You know Tory plays tennis, right?
Okay, that's just mean. That's just mean-spirited because we have a tennis group and Billie is an honorary member. I don't know. Anyway, I am so in awe of this woman for so many reasons, but what you mean to people, Billie, is hard to describe. What you mean to young girls and young boys is hope and change and things get done. And look at what you do and what you have done for people. And so I just need to say that because I don't say that a lot, but I'm in awe of having you here. And you are a dear friend, and I'm just thrilled. But
wow.
I want to go back to script a bit because I've been told one of the least favorite things that someone could say to me is to tell me to stick to fashion. And anytime they think I get a bit uppity, which is probably a lot of the time, I get those type of comments.
I don't like that at all.
And I was also introduced as a female CEO once.
Female?
A female.
Not the CEO?
Well, no, it was a female CEO. So there's those isms. So my question to you is, what is the most memorable, offensive question that you've ever been asked?
You know what? I've been thinking about this a lot, and I have no idea. Because I really make an effort to never take anything personally. Because once you do that, you just can't get beyond it. And it's really about the person who said it. That shows you their ignorance with you, how they didn't get it. I mean, do they say male CEO? I don't think so, do they?
Never.
Yeah. Or stick to design. They wish they could
stick to fashion. If I ever write a book, it's going to be called Stick to Fashion.
Oh, I'm thinking design. I'm thinking because you design and.
Well, they're telling me to stay in my lane.
No, I know
basically.
what they're telling you. Are you kidding? So I just think it's really important that we keep breaking down boundaries and just keep going for it. What did you tell him?
Well, no, it's sort of like this, overall like talking point when someone doesn't like something you bring up. And I try to stay away from issues around politics, which I can't always say I do, but I think issues of humanity I'm really interested in. So When
Yes.
you are, the whole point I started our company was to have a platform for positive change.
Right.
And I think that's your ethos.
Yeah, I love
Billie.
it. No, but I love your embrace ambition, because the one thing women, girls, aren't taught is to be ambitious. In fact, it's like, oh, you shouldn't be ambitious, be happy with the crumbs, and we're supposed to be lucky. We're supposed to be really lucky. Don't want the cake, icing, and cherry on top. We don't want, oh, you want too much. You're too big for your britches. All that. And that's still happening, which I think it's going to take a few hundred, I don't know how many hundred.
You said that earlier. You said it's going to take 200 years.
I don't know. Well, how long do you think equality is going to take? I mean, seriously, think about it.
Okay, so what Billie and I were talking about earlier is that the fact we're talking about equality for women in 2022.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Africa. I'm talking about Europe.
No, I know.
I'm not talking about U.S. only. So
No, neither am I.
I think it's going to take, your designs are all over the world, so.
Well, I'm just hoping that equality for women around the world does not take 200 years.
Well, me either, but it's up to you.
That's a pretty low bar, by the way.
No, but it's up to the younger generations.
Well, it is up to the younger generation, and that goes into a question. What advice would you give to a young woman? And Billie and I were on a call, we did a Zoom for the anniversary of my high school, and it was called Gems. She had so many gems for these young girls. So what would you tell young girls today? What is something that you would advise them?
There's three things that this friend of mine, Ed Woolard, who used to be CEO of DuPont, and because we always sit and talk about, he's very religious, and we sit and talk, and I go, I'd love when I do commencement speeches, or doing something like this today, I'd love to give 3 really quick little checkpoints for people that they can take with them for the rest of their lives. So and I said, let's look at people that have inner success and outer success. I said, what is it in them? And we came up with these 3 things, and they don't have to be in this order at all. And it is, relationships are everything, and they are, with yourself, your family, your loved ones, everything. Just think about it. Also in business, relationships are everything. Think about the first job you ever got. It's because usually you knew somebody. Usually they helped us out, right? We were young or old, doesn't matter. Number 2, to keep learning, and to keep learning how to learn. Just keep learning. I mean, every shot I hit, I get feedback, or when I played, or anything that goes, well, like today, I'm getting feedback constantly. So I really think just keep learning. It's so much fun. And then number 3 is to be a problem solver and an innovator. And with your design, you're innovative and you think about things. So anyway, you look like you're doing okay to me. I think you're happy. I think you're happy. I hope so. So anyway, those 3 things. And as you go through the day, I guarantee you'll touch point one of those 3 all the time. And I think if you really think hard about relationships, when you really sit down when it's quiet and you think about relationships, the people in your lives, your loved ones, and people who really matter, your children, your grandparents, all those things. And then your business associates. I mean, how important they are and how much time you spend with them and how important they are. So
I think that's good advice.
I don't know. I really find that daily, and I know how lucky I've been because of relationships.
Well, I completely agree. I mean, one thing that I think about you a lot about is the importance of equal pay. We all care about that.
Cha-ching.
Billie, tell me, why is it so critical? I mean, it's such an obvious to say that, but for you personally.
Well, first of all, anytime a person doesn't get the income, then it puts them back, and also for children. And usually as the health of the mother goes, the health of a family. So women particularly need to get equal pay. Also, it sends a strong message. The reason we fought so hard for equal prize money in the majors in tennis, we did this, it took us over 35 years, but we did it. And we got the majors to have, but I wanted it for the messaging. It's not just the money, it's the messaging. I mean, if you're a woman in microfinancing, say in Africa someplace, and you hear that they got equal money, and you're like, huh? It makes people just become more ambitious, I hope. And also, it's because you deserve it. You do, because I can't stand it when women always make less.
Well,
because
neither can I. And
it started that way,
that's
though.
changing.
That's the way
it
the
has
world
to change.
started. It did start that
Yeah.
way. And I want girls to get into sports because men started sports. They also started most businesses that are big. So it allows us, and you don't have to be any good. Okay, everybody goes, oh, I'm not going to be number one. I go, stop. It's just being part of the culture. And once you understand that culture, when you go to the office, of course, we don't go in the office. When you're on your virtual whatever, but when we're working, that it makes a huge difference in that. What was I talking about? Equality.
No. By the way,
I know you wanted to say something.
No. I'm just saying. Well, first of all, I'm looking at the clock and it's running out, and I don't want it to. But I do want to get a few things in before.
Sorry.
First of all, you received the Presidential Medal of Freedom for advocating for LGBTQ. Mm-hmm. That is
and equality
and women's rights.
Well,
I think
it'll show you also, though, how things are chosen. I was the first woman athlete to ever get it.
Which is amazing.
We're always left out. Women are always like, they talk about entertainment and all that, but they never put sports, and this is men and women's sports, okay, in with everything else. So we're always over here looking in, which gets me crazy. So we are entertainers, but then you get the men and the women, then you get the disparity there. So I'm just...
Well, you did beat someone at a very big match, which was...
What, bombing me?
Yes.
Oh.
So
that was a big moment because it was about social change.
Yep.
Yeah, it was about people thinking about themselves differently. Both genders, of course, now we don't live in a binary world anymore either, so all genders. But what it did for women, it gave them more self-confidence. They started asking for a raise. They started believing in themselves and their dreams. And the men who have daughters particularly said, boy, I never really thought about it until that match, because now I do want my daughter to have equal, equality with my son.
When you talk to fathers about their daughters, that's when you can have real conversations about equality, and I truly see
You're
that.
right. And also, if you're going to get sponsorship, always ask the CEO, family-wise, do you have a daughter or a son? What is? And if they have a daughter, your chances go way up. In fact, all the sponsorships all the sponsorships we ever got through the years, and whatever sports we were working on, it's the male that had daughters that said yes.
I love that.
Okay.
I sort of love that. We need to get better than that, but that's a good start.
You can say yes. You're the CEO now.
Well, no, I'm no longer, but I was
you know
happily.
what I mean.
Yeah, and that has to change. But I want to talk about a couple things, and then I know Lori's like trying to get the hook.
Yeah, right.
As of September 2020, the premier annual Women's International Team Tennis Competition is now called the Billie Jean King Cup.
Yeah, it is. It's the old...
That is such a big deal.
Anyway, I don't know if you ever heard of Federation Cup or Fed Cup, but that's what this is. And it's the World Cup of women's tennis. So we have 126 countries playing this year. But the exciting news is that we have a partnership now. You're the official outfitters.
So we're announcing that right now.
We just signed last night. No, so I'm so excited. I'm so excited because, Tory, you can talk about, go ahead, the Masters and all that.
I want to hear why you're excited.
No,
it's a given for me.
No, because you said with the Masters and the green jackets.
I was saying to Billie, we were having a conversation. When we first talked about this, I said yes before I even knew what I was saying yes to. So she and Alana called, and within 5 minutes, talk about not playing hard to get. I was like so easy to get in that moment. So we, whatever it was, I knew I wanted to partner with this icon because you are that, Billie. You represent so much to me personally and so much to everyone. But for what are we going to be doing? Let's just talk about the tournament, and one thing that Billie and I are committed to is really creating something special and different.
Yeah, it will be, but I know your creativity will make the difference. So, no, this is very important to me because we have a chance to have a global effect on these women, and a lot of young people are watching. So it's a way to change culture, to change people's hearts and minds, to think about that equality does matter, that they can help make it happen. So I want to create a culture around your brand with, embrace ambition. I want all the women and girls to know that ambition's good. And you have to understand these different cultures they come from. They don't come from the United States. They come from all over the world. And some of the cultures, it's very, very difficult for women. So this is sending a really strong message.
And won't it be great to have a winner's jacket? That's what I'm super excited for.
Yeah. I wish I was still playing.
So
That'd be
I
great.
just had an idea
Oh.
as I'm speaking with Billie. Maybe I would love to get some advice from all of you, and you
that'd be
could
good.
write some ideas on the color of the jacket in the app. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. We don't know which color, so.
Yeah, so we're debating the
And
color.
remember, you got
There's
lots of countries.
a few that we're deciding.
Yeah, because you got different flags and different colors, so.
No, we just need a great looking color that really stands out, and
Yeah, it'll be the official color.
yes. So
What?
okay. Can you download
Yellow? I
the
look
app
terrible
and
in
then
yellow.
put it? Okay, so I don't know, Billie. I think we have something that you've spent some time doing with some tennis balls.
Yes. Where are the rackets?
Where are those tennis balls?
Where's the rackets and balls? We're going to hit out a few balls now that Tory signed. Tory signed and I signed. So they've got Tory's name on it and my name on it.
We're going to show our
So be
tennis
careful.
skills.
Be careful. Be alert.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now we get
Okay.
to see Tory swing.
Okay, thank you. Let's see. Okay, they're low impact balls.
Oh, you can play.
Oh no. We're gonna do a lot. We have a lot of them.
It took a while to sign these. You better enjoy them.
All right, we have to get all the way back.
Yeah, go for it.
We're almost done.
One more.
A few more, a few more.
One for you.
One more. Okay, last
This is
one.
last one.
All right.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Tory. Thank you,
All right.
everyone. Thank you. You want me to go first? Bye, kids.